So, yeah, I was thinking about like what happened with the live action One Piece, and essentially the fact of how the shows were like people have just they praised it when it came out, and that was it. So then it was like there was no other recourse behind it, much like with the Fallout show, where it was like, all right, it came out, people talked about it when it was out, but then afterwards it was like, yeah, there's no lasting effect behind it. There was nothing uh, amazing or great about it or anything like that. And it's like, fuck, look at what happened with the Deadpool Wolverine movie. It was like, yeah, the stuff that's in that movie was worthy of people continuously talking about that movie, despite what it is that I might not like about it. And it was like, yeah, I'm about to make a name for myself. It's like, and then just that notion alone made people go like, hey, do a Gambit movie starting Chatting Tatum. It's like, yeah. And it's at this point, it's like no one would be opposed to that. It's like as long as it's just if the movie was strictly comical, then you got something. But Disney don't think correctly. But it was just the simple fact that the live action One Piece has so many problems and was just so terrible. And it's a horrible live action anime adaptation. Yet everything that was met with it was just sung with praises. But those praises weren't backed up by anything. It's like, ooh, I liked it. And he's like, well, what did you like about it? I liked that it was One Piece. It's like that just means your love for One Piece was so grand that it overshadowed how terrible of a live action this actually was. Because right, and it was like to me, it was like this live action is in the same realm of the fucking Dragon Ball Evolution movie to me. And I was like, because it was that disheartening towards the original source material, and then right, and then it's like, but it cut out and it did so much to destroy certain aspects that made those characters great. Right. So it's like, all right, you got Luffy getting his ass whooped at the Barati by Arlong. And it's like, if you just sit there and argue with me, well, it's not that big of a deal for Luffy to fight Arlong at the Barati. It isn't according to One Piece, as well as for Luffy to even lose against Arlong at the Barati, because that's not what happened when Luffy first met Arlong. He kicked his ass and that was it. And so even then, Arlong was at his home base, had his own weapon, was able to do all that he could do. And this nigga was even able to go into the water and come out. Sure. Oh, yeah. He's even able to go into the water and pop back out, use a little pressurized, a little water pellets and everything, and he still lost to a dude with a devil fruit. And it's like, yeah, you sit there and tell me, oh, Luffy gonna lose because he had an emotional issue.
Yeah, he would have lost the sword if he had all these swords with the scar.
Right. And it was like, them niggas were built different before they went to the Grand Line, which is why it was okay for them to go to the Grand Line. They were built different. It's just that when Zoro went up against Mihawk, that was somebody that's in the Grand Line constantly. And it's like, you see monsters like him all the time. It's like, Jesus Christ. Right, right. It's like he's not a typical monster. That's the best monster.
The
monster, yeah. It's like when Rayleigh swam to the Amazon island. What the fuck you mean you swam here? It was like there's a bunch of sea.
He was on a boat.
Oh yeah, it was like then they got attacked. It was like then I just swam here. And it was like there's a bunch of sea kings. Yeah, I know. It was like it for whatever reason. I was like the anime fandom in general has just the worst concept of not takes, but just no, it's takes. Yeah, they have the worst concept of takes as well as just understanding in general when it comes to breaking down and like facilitating their own fandom and trying to make it stand out or to be appreciated, like comic books or movies in general. And it's like, yeah, your industry is well in a way of essentially trumping typical movies and TV shows and then being something bigger than those things and then being in the forefront of pop culture. But as long as you have the fans that you have that essentially just want to only consume content regardless of the nature of the content, and then essentially forgive and forget all of the stupid shit that has been done over and over and over and over again, you're always going to be left with these subpar concepts and content that will always make people, that will always basically give you a perfect example of like the things that come out of having that mindset is Chainsaw Man, the Kaiju number 8.
Kaiju number 8.
Yeah, Kaiju number 8. What's another? thing they spent a bunch of money. Yeah, those two, perfect example. And it was like those things, as far as the content of manga goes, when their animes came out, it should have been a big deal. Then it was like they've had one season, and I'm be hard pressed to think that they might get another one. Let alone another one that'll be of the same quality as their first season.
Actually, I think Kaiju Ready probably get moved.
Mm.
But then again, a lot of things are getting moved.
Movies.
They shouldn't get
movies. And it's like
that's because the companies understand we gotta push out as much as fast as we can so we can get this money from this much.
Right.
Like you said, from Kaiju number 8, it's like the trailer of it. I got more talk about the trailer of it than the actual season. Mm-hmm. And like again, yeah, you're beautiful, but I'm good. Yeah, I read the manga, so I dropped that.
It could easily have the same effect that No Game No Life had. Whereas, like, you had a whole first season, then you made a movie, and then nobody heard anything from you ever again.
That was their fault.
Right.
They took forever to make that movie. And then the movie wasn't even about the characters that people wanted to be about. And it was like, nah, this is the predecessor. And it's like, what about them? Next movie? There is no next movie. You dropped the ball.
Wasn't that what happened with Jujutsu Kaisen, though? It was like, hey, this is a prequel thingy. It was like, it's in the manga, but...
So with that, that just followed more for, was it Demon Slayer? Because it was like the manga-wise, that was the next arc.
Yeah.
But it was like, it just so happened that arc was just a flashback.
Yeah. So I was like, let's just make it a movie. Cut out the middleman. Fuck, they did that.
It looked nice.
Yeah.
But I don't really care.
It's like, who gives a fuck?
I finished Naruto.
Don't need Jujutsu Kaisen.
I'm good. And it's like, hell, I've read the ending, so I finished it technically. And I can gladly say I'm disappointed. As I knew I would be. So hey.
My disappointment is immeasurable. My day is ruined. I was like,
the main dude last little power up was literally just the advanced Conqueror's haki from One Piece. That's all it was. It was like Black Flash that had lightning, but it's like he was hitting but not touching. I was like, that's literally the whole concept of the haki.
All Jujutsu Kaisen is just one giant copycat. So, whatever. Hey, you deal with curse energy. You mean magic? No, curses. No, you mean magic. That's magic. Because jutsu is magic. So this is all magic. Everything is magic. If you just want to call it something else, it's still magic.
You become a spirit detective.
Right?
It's like, so much simpler.
At least the Fullmetal Alchemist had the balls to say alchemy. To which case it's like, yo, this is magic with rules. And it's like, there you go. And it's like, that makes perfect sense.
That's all alchemy is.
It's like, you just can't make something out of nothing. You got to do something. It's called transmutation. All right, cool. I was like, what are you doing, Naruto? Oh, I'm making hand signs. I'm making something out of nothing. That's called magic, nigga. It's like, nah, you got a bunch of chakra in your body. Everybody got it, but only certain people can utilize it with hand signs. Nigga, that's magic. All day long, that's magic. The magic is within you. Fucking Disney Channel anime, piece of shit. It's all about friendship. I think it's weird that it's like One Piece also gets the flack of essentially being talked about as like a friendship anime, yet that's all Naruto is, but they don't do that for Naruto. It's like, it's the weirdest thing. It's like everything about Naruto is just about friendship and bonds, yet One Piece, that's just the word that they use. It's like Namaka, but it's like, that's to explain what his friends are.
There is no actual English translation.
Right.
So it's just the close resemblance is friend.
Right. Yeah.
But
it's not like the things they do was built off the power of friendship. They never have moments when it's like, oh, I gotta fight to protect my friends. It's like, no, I got friends, but it's like, I'm fighting because I want to do something. Or like, I'm about this. Or, yo, our captain needs you to get your ass whooped. You about to get your ass whooped. But this ain't about friendship. Nah, we that nigga. That's it. You ain't that nigga. But it's like hell, yeah, with Chainsaw Man, I haven't heard anything else about that. And it's like, I doubt they're gonna give it as much attention and quality towards the animation if they do another season the way how they did the last season, considering the fact that it did not perform that well. And it's like, they put a lot into it.
They realized that Jujutsu Kaisen is the more popular
one.
So
yeah.
They'll put more of the focus on it.
And it's like, I feel like essentially they jumped the gun and making another Naruto clone before the other one was finished. So like they're like, if they would have made Chainsaw Man the way that they did after Jujutsu Kaisen, then maybe it would have been like the hallmark popular thing that they needed it to be. But as far as
Chainsaw Man, unfortunately, not towards Chainsaw Man, to the thing about Black Clover. It came out too soon.
Yeah.
It's like Black Clover came out too soon after Naruto to get the recognition it truly deserved.
Yeah.
And even though it's Naruto and Bleach done correctly. But yeah, and it's like Jujutsu Kaisen had a good amount of time. Then it was like, damn, I'm brand new, and it's like, you're just Naruto though. But it's like people's like, nah, he's brand new, and it's like, did you literally forget about now? You claim you love it. This is that, and then it's like, nah. It's like the Chainsaw Man came out right after. They're like, this is Jujutsu Kaisen.
It's like, this is just Naruto. Nah, this is different. You don't understand. It's totally different. But I feel like that's the core problem.
Can't make rules go against.
Yeah. It's like that's the core problem with like just essentially nigga anime fans in general. Just the annoying people who, you know, like, you like anime, but your logic and reasoning when it comes to evaluating, like, looking at these shows, evaluating them correctly, or even just essentially looking at their predecessors to see where their inspiration came from, how much they copied, what they perfected, what they improved on. And it's like none of that is there within that community. And it's like, but if you look at any other field of entertainment, it's everywhere. There's like people who fucking look at phones, at least even go about like based off of like old phone performances and stuff like that. Hey, this is what the old iOS system used to do, and now you do this. That's kind of good. Some of it is bad. Whatever. But it's like when it comes to anime, it's only what have you done for me lately? And it's like, okay, but do you remember what we used to do? No. And it's like, well, now your content is oversaturated with crap. Where every fucking season you have damn near 30 different anime that come out, and only 2 of them are watchable or even worth a damn. And it's like, let alone if any of them, if one is actually decent or good, but because it happens to not be the popular one, no one knows that it even exists unless you happen to actively look at the anime listings that come out. And then again, even that has some scrutiny with it because of the fact that it's like, all right, you look at the synopsis or something, and it's like, if you haven't read the manga and it's an original anime, and it's like, all right, according to the synopsis, it looks like it's going to be a boring piece of shit. And then it comes out and it's like, oh, this actually picks up after 3 episodes. How the fuck would I know that? It's like, let alone, like, is anyone pointing at that and like letting people know, oh no, this actually is pretty good. This one happens to be a slow burn. This one actually picks up immediately. What you thought was going to be done isn't. What you thought it is, it wasn't. So it's like, but they don't have stuff like that. And it's like, you just have an oversaturation of the same dumb bullshit that essentially is just rehashed and remade over and over and over again. It's another season of the same show. It's another copy of something else, all the idle things. It's like, there's nothing wrong with that stuff. And it's like, yeah, those things are popular in their own right. They got their own fan base. There you go. But for everything else, and it's like, dude, I actually would like to see some quality stuff. Maybe if you took a little bit of this and a little bit of that, and stuck it all together in one show, you would have something good. Well, Mappa wanted to release 3 different fucking things in one season. That seems counterproductive. They could have took their time with one thing and then moved on to the next thing. Nah, son, we do what we do now. And it's like, fuck, even right now for this season of anime, I'm only looking at Ranma. It's like thinking about the anime I'm watching. I think I'm only looking at Ranma.
The Grieving Souls.
The Grieving Souls, yeah, these Grieving Souls thing. And it's like, yeah, that's it. And it's like, other than that,
actually good, but nobody's talking.
Yeah, but it's like, other than that, the main thing, I'm looking at more Chinese shit than anime. I'm like devout looking at like 4 new Chinese stories. Actually 5, because Marshall Pete got turned into a Donkoi. But it was like, yeah, 5 brand new Chinese stories, and then I'm always kept up with Martial Masters and fucking Perfect World. And it's like, yeah, it's like, so that's 7 different Chinese animes I'm looking at, and half of them are only like 5 minutes fucking long, but like weekly I'm locked in. But it's like, as far as anime is concerned, it's like, I only care about Ranma. I've read Ranma already. I've seen the original anime of Ranma already. And it's like, nigga, I'm re-looking at this shit, and I'm still enjoying myself. And it's like, ain't that about a bitch? Out of all the new things,
made good work.
Right? Bitch could draw, bitch could write. just made terrible female protagonists. That is her Achilles heel, that she made terrible female. She did. It's like, oh man. The dense bitch and that the little hotel, not hotel thing, but the share house thing. That was the manager chick. It's like like the whole romance that the dude is living at the little shared house. The manager is the chick that's always outside sweeping and whatnot, and he just loves her to death. But she just, for whatever reason, just don't click that she like him. She's just such a nice person, but it's like, I never pronounce it correctly. The Yuritai, the alien girl that likes the dude, she calls him darling, knowing as hell. And then it's like, you love this man. This man a freak. Except that he a freak. It's like, he will never not be a freak. But I love him so much, I want him to not be that way. Just only focus on me. He a freak. And you capitalize on that if you love him so.
Like the man blatantly says every day, he loves origins. And you go, I don't want a man that wants origins, but I love you. But I specifically tell you and our neighbors, I love origins. Everybody knows this. So why are you confused?
Like, baby, they made a movie about this situation. It's called Something Gotta Give. So, Something Gotta Give. And it ain't gonna be me, because I love orgies. You don't gotta be in the orgy, so you see how that's
your problem, isn't it?
You need to cut it out.
Anything is better for both, but I don't want nobody else having you, but I will be in orgies. That's all I'm saying.
That's stupid. It's like,
there's no middle ground. Like, all right, you got like 10 orgies while we together. Okay, I'll accept that. Nah, just flag plan. None. You know, like, excuse me?
No, for fucking in groups. That's all he do.
I hope Tupac is it. I don't know. I just feel like that's the thing I'm gonna start doing.
I hope Tupac is
Chase my land and shit, or some true shit. It's like, I hope Tupac is.
Well, I was like, yeah, I guess I feel like as a whole, for like just the generalized anime community, I was like, nigga, that's a problem. It's like I'm a diehard. I'm an otaku. I call myself faithfully an otaku, but I'm an anime fan. Say that's my bread and butter all day long. It's like, anime ain't worth shit. It's like, not current anime. It is not worth shit. The brand new stuff that comes out, it's like, hell, they can't even get the Korean stuff right. And it's not even yours. It's like, why would you try so hard to fuck up something that's not even yours?
How about that was the last big one they was doing? I forgot about the solo level. And people claim that they're doing it right, but they're not.
Yeah, they're not.
They already messed up. You showed way too many people. First of all, you showed the girl. And like, she conversated. She had sentences. She ain't say shit until he was in the mine, and she was like, I smell nothing. And it's like, nah, she's stopping a purse snatching. What? She's an S-rank. Why is she stopping? Get out of here. And it's like, we gotta show her, because he's stupid. Of course he's stupid.
This was a web comic. They all end badly. They leave so
only
many
good ones that end are the 18 and plus ones. The only good ones.
Some of them.
Some of them. Not all of them, but they have a better chance, so they'll end right.
He said the 18 and plus was porn.
Those are the best ones. Cause like, at least then it's like, yo, he got the whole family. All right. What we got over here? Oh, he strived his whole life to perform perfect kicks, but now he ain't got no legs. The end. And it's like, they give an apology. I wanted to give him legs, but things didn't work out. So thanks for being on this journey with me. And it's like, I guess the next work, he might give him legs. I don't know.
It's like
I just read One Piece time to time, reread a Rumakun. That's it. That's all I do.
it's like I got a bunch of manga that's under that's like in the realms of like shit that I read. One of the main issues with manga in general is that too many of them are monthly. But at the same time, another issue with manga in
And
general.
also scanning.
Yeah.
A lot of ones you wouldn't even realize. It's like, yo, they just backed on scanlation because, money.
Yeah.
Also legal issues.
Seeing that crackdown on them people that's doing that One Piece shit, and he was like, "Yeah, this shit ain't cool." But it's like you got the monthly stuff that takes forever. You got the fact that essentially mangaka themselves aren't really paid that well. Hell, animators aren't really paid that well. Then it's like you have all of that stuff happening, but then at the same time, those monthly anime get sanctioned to do monthly manga gets sanctioned to do an anime series, and it's like, well, the manga only got like 30 something chapters. Well, let's release an anime. We'll go off the light novel stuff, right? But the popularity is coming from the manga, not from the light novel. And so you trying to rush the shit that hasn't even been drawn out yet in an anime series that essentially will already overcome what the chapters are, you're gonna fuck up immeasurably. And literally, you have like a situation where you would put at a standstill for what to do, like when Overlord.
Because like there's only like 5
Yeah,
5.
in the whole world, it's just 5. And then they got drawn.
I could name, but like that's neither here nor there.
You got Kimiko. you got Tamaki. But it's like it's so goofy because it's like you're the enemy of your own success. You know, it's like for the longest, it was like, nigga, you had a breakthrough through fucking like the pandemic to essentially make anime shine above everything else. But your attack towards it was essentially to go backwards, and you just doubled down on everything that made anime worse, and like or everything bad with anime, and you just kept making it worse. And it was like, hey, most of the memorable anime that people talk about over and over and over again are dealt with quality, have amazing concepts, characters, and a whole bunch of shit. It's like, what are you gonna do for your top favorites, famous ones that you want to promote like crazy on Crunchyroll for some reason? Well, let's be the new Naruto clone. Don't do that. It's like, what about these with depth, good animation, and good characters that a lot of people like and been talking about for a good while? One season is enough. Okay, how about these Chinese webcomics that essentially are blowing manga out of the water and have proven to be far more popular and have interesting dynamics that essentially, if done correctly, will change the actual shape of anime, because that means that the Japanese are going to have to get on their shit in order to compete with the webcomics that exist. Not if we Japanese these webcomic animes up. Don't do that! It's like, no, please.
We Japanese it. We'll animate it up as well. Well, no, that's two bad things. Nah, where are they at? Seoul, Tokyo. What? No.
Say it with me now. Tokyo.
They are Korean.
They're in Seoul, Korea. No, they're in Tokyo. On the islands. Next to another island filled with vampires. That ain't vampires. Why? Because this is called Noblesse. And I'm killing it right now. In fact, put in a fucking filler episode. Why would you put a filler for a webcomic that's already finished? It's done. It's finished. It's
Get rid of 2. Get rid of 1. Excuse me? Get rid of 1.
We show both of them in the OVA that you are making this anime based off of, that you're skipping. The OVA is the original shit, and you're skipping that in the anime in case people seen the OVA. But the OVA is based in Korea. I think you need to shut the fuck up.
So these people obviously need to get checked.
Yeah.
Like they've
tell
been
everybody,
unchecked for so long.
And tell these people these are the first animes that are being made by Crunchyroll, rather than High Garden Spice, which was the first anime made by Crunchyroll. But we knew it was going to be a bad idea, so we just held it back for a good little minute. Don't think I forgot, because I for damn sure will never forget.
Then we dropped these 3 amazing things. In name only, because you messed them up.
And the only one
No one likes mystery, so that's the Monkey King. You don't say that till like later. Very beginning, he dreams about it. We never dream about it.
And then what do? We sit there and change the dynamic of when people talk about it to make them upset at the action. the only thing, the main thing of God of High School, which is the action, you're gonna make people upset at the action. Yeah, it's too much action. When the fuck has that ever been a concept ever in anything in an anime? That's what people gonna say
All
about
they
this.
do is throw hands.
What?
Ain't that what we want?
It's like that makes absolutely no sense. But that essentially was the dynamic that essentially became the rhetoric, and that's what everyone repeated because. And then that's the other issue with anime fandom in general is that there is just too much of essentially mob mentality. Whereas like, ooh, the main thing that everyone's talking about is this. So that must be the only thing that everyone like that must be the opinion of what this anime is in general, because that's how everyone else thinks about it. And it's like, fuck, I'll always say Eminence in Shadow was one of the greatest animes to come out in like 10 years. And it's like in a decade. That's one of the best anime to ever come out because it's something that completely takes the isekai genre, flips it on its head in a profound way to make everything so goddamn nuanced and hilarious. You have a dope ass OP main character, but he wasn't given a fucking power. He worked for the shit. And then you have it to where even when this nigga associate or talk about other characters within the series, you're given such a confusing and stupid name for these characters because that's how the main character looks at those people. So it was like one dude is named Asshat. Because it's like, to him, that's an asshat. And it's like, when people talk about him, they go, Sir Asshat. Because it's like, it don't matter what his name is. It was The Rock. It doesn't matter what your name is. And it's like, yeah, you are in this guy's story. And this guy is crazy. Because all he care about is being the Eminence in Shadow. He gonna say random shit. He gonna do random shit. But he's not dumb. He's just crazy. And it's like, yeah, like the animation for it was clean. The shit was amazing. It made a hell of a lot more things better than the manga. And that was a light novel. And the only problem that I had with the anime in general was the fact that he didn't wear a mask. That was it. And I was like, because it just didn't make sense to people looking at this dude straight in the face and didn't say anything. But you literally got too many characters obsessed over this nigga to where that wasn't a factor. But it was like, other than that, goddamn 10 out of 10 of an anime. It was like, I loved it. Both season 1 and 2. I have no idea if they're going to make a season 3. Would love if that character appeared on Isekai Quartet. He's a part of Kodokawa. He should be. Hell, they did the little Halloween special with him and Overlord. Put him in Isekai Quartet. It'd be hilarious. You get, man, you are like, there's so many things that just self-written. You got Cosmo bullying him. That'd be so great. And it was like, he just be talking down to see it. Man, it's right there. But it's like, man, it's the goofiest thing. But it's like, yeah, no, as far as the anime mom mentality went, everybody was just like, oh, he's a dumb main character and he's an OP main character in the isekai anime, so it's the same thing. It's like, nigga, he literally beat the shit out of 2 girls for the finale of the first season, and it was one of the most rewatched and fucking fan reacted anime moments that came out, akin to like certain stuff that happened in One Piece. And it's like, but again, mom mentality, everybody was just that was reacting to the shit was going, he's so stupid. He's just stupid. Look how stupid he is. It's like, this nigga putting in work. And it was like, stupid work. I'm just like, nah. Because since the mom mentality say so, chisel and stone, goddammit. And it's like, why are people like this? And it's like, but shit like this will stop this from getting another season, which it rightfully deserved. But nah. It's like, instead, everybody think about it this way. And then it's like, then you look at essentially the opposite, where it's like you got something like Kaiju number 8 or Jujutsu Kaisen and Chainsaw Man, where it's like, yeah, it start dipping in quality or like crazy shit start happening. And it's like, and it's like, since essentially the rhetoric was just, nah, keep supporting it. And it's like, yeah, it's like, hell, look at the controversy that popped up based off of the ending of My Hero Academia and Jujutsu Kaisen. Then it's like, now it's like that ending makes the entire series go, is it worth it? It's like, damn, is it even worth it? It's like,
he literally had a middle finger to the audience.
Yeah.
And just did you, and it's like, nah, it's important. And it's like, this is all stupid.
It's like, is it worth it? It's like, to me, it's like, yeah, it's one of the things where it's like, it's gonna get worse before it gets better. But the problem with anime in general is that it can't come back once it gets worse. Like, once it dips in that popularity to where essentially, as far as entertainment goes and the normie concept of it, it's like just gone. And it's like, well, there's no point in being interested in anime. It's just the same shit over and over again because That's another issue because that's the main issue with anime is that it's stagnant. It's like, yeah, once they're out of that, and it's like they're gonna jump on to the next best thing, and then that's just how that train is gonna go. But for the diehard and loyal fans, they're gonna be stuck with just repetitive garbage over and over and over again. That'll make anime unfucking watchable. And it's like, and now you even got the bigger issue of essentially the pirating shit happening, which is also killing, which is gonna kill anime as well. And it's like having those different things as these major factors. And it's like, yeah, this is not, you're going in the wrong direction because you don't understand what you have, because you don't care to understand what it is that people want out of this content. And so it's like, well, it's like, fuck, Baki has been a popular goddamn manga for the longest. But it's like, look how long it took for them to try and do another anime. And it's like, it took for Netflix to just be desperate for some shit. To be like, hey, something, and it was like back in the grapple. And it was like, why? Because Netflix, their original animes that they picked were stupid. And so it was like, yo, just all action. So they got Baki and King and Ashura. And then the first thing they did was fuck up because they made them 3D and it was ugly. And then they had to get rid of it and then they made them 2D. Yeah. Yeah, like those things were ugly. Yeah.
Good Lord, him just, it's like, dude, what is that? That's a man. That is a monster. You're morphing into himself. It was horrendous.
But it's like, hey, and it's like, why did they do that? Because you don't understand what the fuck it is that you got and who your audience is. And so you did what you did. Because you're stupid.
They did Ragnarok.
Yeah, Ragnarok and Berserk.
Goddamn Ragnarok. One of the best, could have been one of the best anime fights ever. It was just still shots. Just still shots. And just the audience, and it's like, Adam was supposed to go out like a G. It was supposed to be one of the best fights. It was like him just fisticuff. It was fisticuff. It was the Yusuke fight with the Mohawk dude times 100.
Yeah. just wailing.
It's like my man was going blind and it's like, yeah, you can't see, he just grabbing me. Now I don't need to see. Just yeah.
It's like, nah. It's like, hey, let's get rid of all the dope ass shots that they got, like Brunhilde's crazy ass face or like the other people's distorted face. Let's change all of that because of censoring. Why you gotta change it for censoring? This is going on Netflix. I don't know. It's like, oh my god. I don't know what some of the Netflix anime I believe is shown on the NHK, but I don't believe all of them are. I'm not sure, but
it don't matter.
Right, it don't matter, right? And it's like you didn't need to make it the way that you did. And it was like fucking. Then again, it was something where it's like I had friends I was looking at Ragnarok, and essentially it was like hype, and it was like, oh man, you seen Ragnarok? And I was like, I read Ragnarok. This is like what the anime did is a poor adaptation, which is I'm not a stranger to, because if there's ever anything that kills anime quicker, it's their poor adaptations of a manga when turning it into an anime, because they don't understand what they have and they don't give a fuck. And it's just slowly, it's like you're poisoning yourself and you don't have to. And it's like the money is there, like the time that you can put down for this shit is there, the amount of attention to detail that you can give to this stuff is there, the people with the talent to make this thing the way that it should be is there. And it's like, fuck, but you get so much terrible scrutiny from higher ups and whatnot to where you have a situation like with Berserk where, hey, Berserk is more popular than ever. What are you gonna do? Let's have a third-party studio that has never worked on an anime before do the entirety of Berserk in 3D where they cut out major arcs and play it at random. Why would you do that? Because I don't know what it is. I just know people want to see it. It's highly acclaimed for its art style and its look. You sound stupid. So I'm gonna just make it 3D because it's cheap. God damn it.
I'm gonna go in the corner, ball on my fist. When I come back, anime better be done.
I'm gonna count to 10. Problem with you, I count by 5.
This man the wish.
5, 10. Is it done? Note to self. Self? Huh? It better be done. All right. Yeah, it's like It was like the overall thing. It was like, yeah, it's too much poison in anime in general, or just like you can either say the anime community or just anime as a whole, to where it's like, yeah, you are obviously gonna just slowly kill yourself before you ever get any better, and it's disgusting. Cause it's like there's so many manga I read that's like, nigga, you need an anime pronto, and it's like you're not gonna get it. Why? Either you show too much sex, either you're too graphic, or you're just something that essentially you're just not a part of Shonen Jump. And it's like, no, that's not fair. It's like, it really isn't. It's like there's so many slice of life manga that essentially outshine basic shonen shit, but it's like you get no time of day. Why? I don't know. Whenever I say that, I always will mean Little House with the Orange Roof, one of my favorite slice of life shoujos ever. Thing's adorable. Fuck the what is it, Ogre something? That needs another season. When the big dude goes out with the little girl, yeah, that definitely needs another season. That thing is amazing. Doctor and Babysitters, yep, I was about to say that. It was like, that needs another season. Adorable. And it's like, and the content's there. It's been out for the longest. Jesus Christ. And it was like, hell, one of the shining things that I got to look for, it was like, there's only a few anime that I'm looking forward to come out. 100 Girlfriends, new season, coming out next season. You got they haven't had a release date yet, but the three sisters that live with the boy, that, and it was like, that's eventually coming out, but I don't really have a date for it yet. And it's like, so far, that's only two that I can think of as I'm looking forward to, that without me needing to look up and being like, oh shit, this, or oh that.
Like, it's the one that's like the bumpkin on the outskirts is a sword master. Mm-hmm. But again, I just gotta hope they don't mess it up. Right. That's it. So other than that, it's like the manga, thumbs up, it's all around. But it's like the anime, they do something completely different. They can do so much different. He'll wake up, have a 12-year-old wife, and I'm like, this ain't no manga.
This isn't it. I
don't want like, nah, the anime was like, this is what it be. You know, just gotta accept it.
Fuck, what is it called?
Bell Black?
Yeah, You Bell Black. I was just about to say it. Yeah, You Bell Black. And it's like, that's not even something I'm looking forward to. It's just, I know of it. I remember, but it's like, I read that bitch back when I was in college. And it was like, it was okay. But it's like, even then, from what it is, especially as a revenge story, you've already had Healer Rapists, which essentially already surpassed that in its ridiculousness. But but it's like the hero,
whatever you want to call it.
Healer Rapist. But the hero that's
now he's the healer lover.
Right.
I gotta protect my family.
I gotta protect my friends. Did I put my penis in? So I can put my penis in.
Be a worthy competitor. Like, it's stupid.
You'd be a worthy competitor if you weren't a predator.
Yeah, everything is dropping the ball.
Why are we playing defense? It's like none of those things hold a candle to the black hero, the hero that seeks revenge.
Hero seeks revenge, dude.
Like, just like nothing beats that. And it's like, but
because I wholeheartedly know he'll kill the world if he has to.
And it's like that guy.
And I just want to. If you do, it's like, how you gonna do it? I'm just interested in that. How are you gonna kill the world?
I would say the perfect studio to tackle that would be the one that did Eminence and Shadow. Because of how they were able to get the dark tone of Eminence and Shadow whenever they did like their nighttime thing.
And a lot of anime, they're not good with dark.
Right. And so it's like you got like what Marshall fucking up, where like everything is purple.
Marshall and Arumakun.
Right.
It's like there's a lot of things in the mind that's like, yo, you know they're supposed to be dark and beautiful for both of them, and they're like
purple.
Like,
purple and pink. Purple and pink. What? Purple and pink.
Like, this is too bright.
Yeah, it was like Hero That Seeks Revenge, and it was like, you need a fantastic dark tone that elevates the animation as well as. And it's like, I'm not gonna get confused with the fact that everything is dark, and it's like Eminence and Shadow did that perfectly, and it's like all you need. It's like that studio can easily be handled with that, or Overlord kind of had a grainy effect whenever they did nighttime stuff, and then because of their slow pacing in the anime, is like stuff kind of like drug on. But with Hero Seeks Revenge is like it's far more impactful. So I can see Innocent Shadow elevating the manga stuff rather than like what Madhouse did with Overlord, which just kind of was a slow pace. But because Overlord itself is very slow, it's like yeah. But in terms of like keeping that dark tone thing with Madhouse, I would say no from like what they did with One Punch Man. But again, the guy that did that wasn't really working for Madhouse.
Man, that dude just lives in the forest and then went back underground and now just messing up One Punch Man. And it was like, my man Gal about to throw hands. And it's like, nah. What, the JC stab?
Yeah.
And it's like, we got JC stab. And it's like, you supposed to get that dude in the woods. Just give him some peanut brittle or something.
Another perfect example. You don't understand what you have. You don't understand what people liked and enjoyed about it. And it was like second season of One Punch Man. People could have raved about that bitch. But instead, we got what we got. And then it's like, what are you going to do? Double down.
Parts, but it was like in comparison to the first one. And it was like, if that guy handled this, that man guy was giving the Gohan dressed up, those uppercuts for life.
The jumpsuit dude, yeah.
Oh.
He was trying to collect arrows.
That man thought he was an ally, helping the team. That man was a monster.
Then you had what's the number 2? No, not number 2. The number 3. Blast. Not Blast. It's Bang.
Nah, wait. Right.
I always forget.
Bang. Damn it.
Which one is number 1 and which one's number 3? I always get confused on their names.
Well, I know you're talking about his grandpa master. Yeah. You call him his grandpa master.
But like when him and his brother came, and it was like, yeah, the combo shit they was doing, it was like, this could look so much better. But it's like, much like with choppy animation, when it got to the fast movements, it was like, you start fucking up in the motion. And it was like, and then it's like, everything had that weird little, seemed like an overlay effect because it's like, Japan want to censor it a little bit.
It's darker.
Yeah, right. And it was like that bullshit. So it was like, so it was like, why does this look like that?
It just goes completely, because it's like, and I was like, yo, my TV fucking up. And then it was like, well, what's happening? It's like, anime, baby.
But it's like, it's a weird effect that happens far too often. But it's like, when I bought the Blu-ray for the first season of One Punch Man, I was like, I have no problem. I was like, everything's clear. I love it. And I was like, but I'm not buying anything for the second season because it's a piece of shit. It's like, but having the episodes downloaded because, you know, I want to be king of the pirates. And it was like, yeah, it ain't worth it. And it was like, it's not even worth it to have it in a higher quality because it's like, it doesn't really change the effect or the aesthetic from looking at it in higher quality. It's like, it's still lower.
And again, no matter what, you're a downgrade.
Right.
It's like what the first season, when they was able to do. And it's like, again, the second and on, it's like, you're going to do more action. Like, again, like, I don't know, like, maybe he asked for too many prostitutes, and I was like, no, or so. Yeah, I should just give him what he wanted and keep him.
What the hell, like, why even change studios? Like, even if that guy isn't the director, why the fuck would you then go to JC Stab aside from just staying at Madhouse? What?
If you were Madhouse, why would you drop it? Like,
right, like, why? Especially if it was that popular and that well received. What sense does that make?
Maybe they like it was too much power.
Right. But it's like, again, it's like you don't understand what you have and you keep fucking up. You're your own worst enemy.
It's like, this is Toei goes with One Piece? This is too much. Somebody else got a hold of this.
And it's like Japan themselves already look at anime as something that's like, yeah, this is something to gain money from, but it's not something to respect. But at the same time, it's like, yeah, this could be something that puts your country and your nation on the map, as so many people basically love and identify with your culture just off of anime alone. And yet, for some reason, you treat it with the dumbest mentality behind it. It's like you already had this issue when essentially, well, you had another issue when essentially you just kind of bogarted all anime to just be Funimation. And then because of the popularity of Crunchyroll, Funimation just bought Crunchyroll and then just made all Funimation into Crunchyroll. And it's like, well, now you have one particular company doing everything revolving around anime when it comes to translation in English, basically. And by doing that, you essentially destroyed any type of notion or concept of an anime getting an English translated adaptation or English translation being done properly or being done faithfully. unless they go through the all the hoops they got to jump to in order to go through Crunchyroll, which is lame and gay. But at the same time, it's like ADV Films provided a very, very good type of competition for Funimation back in the day because it allowed and established far more voice actors as well as like better different concepts of quality of adapting shit. It's like Ghost Stories is the first abridged series ever, but Ghost Stories is
English dub is one of the best,
right? But it's like
ever be
there will never be another thing like Ghost Stories where it's like, hey, you can take the piss out of this story because realistically, this is a boring fucking anime that no one's really gonna enjoy that well. But if you take the piss out of it, you taking the piss, and it's like, yeah, this shit is hilarious. It's like, and it became something that people idolized and talked about evermore. But it's like ADV Films ain't around no more. It's like, that's lame. That's lame as hell. You're like, well, maybe anime don't need to be done like that. Well, wouldn't it be cool if, like, with all the anime,
you got like 3 people doing voices,
right?
And all of them not good. Like all of them. It's like,
and then like 2 of them came from ADV Films. It's like, man, it's just so terrible because it's like you're your own worst enemy and you don't even realize it. Because it's like, why would you have a centralized hub for like English dubs and whatnot when it's like there's multiple different anime studios that exist in Japan? So then why would it be that in order for you to get translated, you gotta go through the one nigga? No, what? No, it's so stupid. That's like if every gaming company
wash his hands.
Right. That's like if you could only play games on one platform. That'd be stupid. And it's like, so you have to get this one thing in order to play video games. Right. But no matter what the game is or what the controls are or what it consists of, you can only get it done through this one publisher that'll allow that game to be played. So if they decide that your game is too much, we're going to censor it, like some shit that's found PlayStation does all the time. Then it's like, well, nobody can play the game the way how we want it to be played. And it's like,
PlayStation is sparking up.
right. It's like, ain't that some shit? And it's like, an anime basically has done that roadblock before anyone else has even came to that conclusion of it being the stupidest fucking thing imaginable. I already had an issue with Crunchyroll being what it is because it's like, it ain't nothing but Funimation. It was like, cause that's all it is. And it was like, yeah, Sony bought Crunchyroll and then they fucked it over because they already own Funimation. And it was like, yeah, anime is about to get fucked. And they did. And it's like now people complain about the fact that even though they got Crunchyroll, you can't watch all the anime that are accessible only through Crunchyroll because they decide, much like with Netflix, we'll play this in this area whenever we want, and we'll play that in that area whenever we want. Cheers. What is it? We talked about it before. Bleach. It's like you still can't look at like Bleach or something like that.
Yeah, it should be Hulu wrong.
Yeah, like yeah. It's like, ain't that some shit? It's like, what? It's like Bleach got a brand new anime series. Mm-hmm. And it's like, wouldn't it be great if you could look at that to catch up and figure out what the fuck is happening on the current Bleach? Mm-hmm. And it's like, can we? No.
maybe you'll finally know what bleach really means.
It's detergent. It was always detergent. They don't wash their clothes. That's why they black. They nasty. They just nasty. But yeah, it's ha. This is Goku shooting the command man. That was awesome. But it's like, man, this shit is so terrible that you just got this litany of problems going on in anime, and they're so obvious. But it's like you're listening and talking to the people that only response and reaction towards this shit is to just be hyper about everything and anything that they see, regardless of what it means, the content. Essentially, the shilling, just the dumb, essentially like Star Wars fans, like, well, current Disney Star Wars fans. You're only excited simply because of the fact that they said they're doing a thing. They're telling you to get excited, and then you do it. And it's like, there's nothing behind any of that. And so then when it's over with, it's like, well, whatever. It's like the people who react to the shit, they're like, oh, wow, I can't believe this character is fighting. Oh, we're going to see Gojo do something? Oh, my God, he got cut in half. Oh, my God, he's dead. Wait, what do you mean he come back to life again? Everybody does? What the fuck?
You didn't give a spoiler warning.
I don't care. If you're a Jujutsu Kaisen fan listening to me, you in the wrong place.
Also, he didn't tend to come back alive. Dude from the movie that people say should be the main guy. He went inside his body. But his body was cut in half, so it was weird that it was like they was able to fix that. But then again, it did put a whole man's psyche into another man. I'm drawing straws. Like I'm nitpicking at things I shouldn't apparently. But yeah, Gojo's that nigga. Even though when it came to show that he was that nigga, he was proving that he wasn't that nigga. So, but no one's gonna talk about it. And it was like, yo, this nigga was like, yo, I could beat him. And then he came out, and I still think he was like only missing he was missing a finger, so he wasn't even fully him. But it was like, so you couldn't even beat him. It's like, I said I could, it was like, but you didn't. And then he like went to hell and like walked away with a little girl. I don't know. That's just the guy, I guess.
Okay. I could give less of a shit. It's so stupid. It's like, hey, I was saying
the dude that clapped, he can't clap no more.
Yeah.
He's still teleporting, so it's like that goes against the rules. But hey, there's some guys, I guess.
We're inspired by Hunter x Hunter, where rules aren't rules.
Only when I say it is.
Yeah. If you believe
if
in
you
magic,
go that rule don't exist, it don't exist because your rules matter, I guess.
Because the power of will and friendship and magic. It's all magic. That's all it is magic. It's just fucking magic.
Fucking rock, paper, scissors, I guess.
It's like people would be so much, they would be better off if they just said key. And then you just had magic be a separate thing. Because then it's like, all right, now how do you physically beat magic? And it's like, you got Majin Buu. And it's like, that is a manifestation of pure evil. And he's about to catch these hands. It's like, all right, they're literally beating magic. He can turn people into cookies. Piccolo can give people clothes with a beam. It's like, yes, magic exists, but it ain't better than these hands. Gods exist, and they can also catch these hands.
I can't kill niggas because they stronger than them. They got hands. I can give someone immortal, like, make them disappear. They got hands. So
You trying to get my ass whooped? I don't think so.
You know what? Undo the wish. Come on.
Give me the hands. I can't do it. You already got hands. Your hands are stronger than me still, so I can't make you stronger. Damn. Your wish has been granted. I love the fact that Yamcha wanted the wish to be rich, and everybody was okay with giving him that wish. I love that in Dragon Ball Z. Then it was like, oh, nah. Like, nah. And then he was like, I was just joking, guys. I wasn't being serious. But it's like, if y'all was going to give me the wish, I was going to take it. Because, yeah, it's a free wish. It's like, it wasn't no, can't use the Dragon Balls like that. That's just mean, just wrong. It's like, fuck that. It's like, then that just goes to show you, at any point in time, if Yamcha was to just ask for the Dragon Radar, he could have got it, and then went, got the Dragon Balls and made a wish. It's like, no one would care, because they don't care. God, Dragon Ball Z is the greatest. This shit is the greatest for a reason. Damn, it's good. Everything was all cool till Marvin Gaye came in and made Super. Started fucking it up. Well, Ed, how many months left we got until the One Piece anime come back?
April, bro.
Shit. That's a long goddamn time. You people don't even know about Saturn.
31st, 4 more months.
People don't even know what Saturn gonna get into. He gonna get into something. Woo. Or the father of the year, father of the century, actually. Because people have been seeing this nigga do shit for so long, not knowing the pain he been going through. What does the sound make when you dance? What does it sound like when you dance? I gotta hear it.
I would say in One Piece verse, he is the number one father.
Right?
Yeah. You can tell. Who else? Some good fathers out there. Of course, Chopper's dad. Chopper's dad, obviously.
Oh yeah, Dr. Hero Luck? Yeah, Dr. Hero Luck.
That's a father. He's obviously top five, all right?
movie almost made me cry.
Yeah,
It's like,
movie
movie did so much.
One-Leg Soldier. He also up there.
Yeah. The Gladiator. Yeah.
yeah. He a father too.
I was about to do something about Seth. That's another one that popped in my head.
That is a father.
Mhm.
Might be your daddy, boy. He
That might be your father, but he ain't your daddy. That might be your father, boy, but he ain't your daddy. Who's another?
If they would have just had him die, it's like he's still a good dad, but the what's her name? The twins' father that got with Big Mom that fixed his tie.
Oh, him. Yeah. Lola and Zoa.
Is
it
my man went out like a G.
Mm-hmm.
He should have.
My grandson, and he was like, I hope you do. He said, you take care of your parents, do well. He was like, all right. You just see Oven come behind this nigga with an axe. It was like, oh.
Oven got angry.
Yeah.
Obviously.
The fact they still called him it's the fact they still called him like father-in-law or something like that. Yeah, I was like, that was awesome. Big mama hoe.
She a woman that knows what she wants.
And she could get it whenever she wanted.
Who gonna stop her? Like only like 5 people that can stop her.
Man. Yeah. Yeah, so far things ain't looking good for anime. It's just gonna get worse and worse. And the problem is that no one's gonna realize or notice or talk about all the problems going on with it. Fuck, like the pirating shit happening right now. It's like that should be a major concern for so many people who care about anime and the anime concept in general, but they just don't understand why that's such a big deal. And I'm talking about the piracy needs to stay. Not that it should go away. It needs to stay. They shut down 2 of the biggest major pirating anime sites that are out there. I didn't even know what they were. It's like, I get my milk from a different cow. And you know what happened? They didn't stop me. It's like you shut down 2 of the biggest ones, and I was not fazed at all. If anything, I was just slightly inconvenienced.
It's all planned, because that happened, and then afterwards they announced that arcs of One Piece are going to be on paywall.
Right. Yeah, now Crunchyroll and shit.
And it's like...
And then they also announced that they're going to have the AI thing starting to block pirate programs and whatnot, pirate sites and things like that. It's a bunch of goofy shit, but it's like, it has detrimental negative effects towards anime as well as the fandom of anime and essentially the buying of the anime products and materials and shit like that. And we've already seen this happen before when they got rid of Kiss Anime. And when Kiss Anime got shut down, I was like, because people were like, yeah, it's a good thing, boy, we need to get money from anime when working on it and shit. And it's like, nigga, I haven't used Kiss Anime in so long. And it's like, I didn't even know it was still up. And it's like, it got shut down and so many people were still using it as a viable website to look at anime on.
Yeah, all of Australia went dark.
Right.
Start throwing boomerangs everywhere. Wow.
Croaky. Sheila, they took him away. No, the anime. They got me anime.
Space dingoes, like it just ended all of it.
The dingo ate your baby. You know, that was a real thing. Tragedy happened to a woman. The woman lost a kid. It was a tragedy. But it's like you had that. What?
Like I said, later they told me to come to work.
Okay.
Oh no, you don't know. They had told me that they don't want me to work there at the place, the Looney Tune place no more.
Oh, so now they want you back?
No, they transferred me to another place, but now they want me to come tonight. Cause he told me not to come Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, but now they want me to come. The Looney Tune place, so I gotta go to the Looney Tune place tonight.
Alright. Yeah.
He was almost fine like his son.
But yeah, like the whole.
Was that recording?
Yeah. That's what I said. Alright. Yeah. But You know, like one of the hilariousness of them getting rid of Kiss Anime was the fact that like they saw essentially the negative of that actually happening because sales were like because like essentially it was like yeah, one of the problems is that people won't be able to see anime and then buy the other content from anime. So it was like yeah, like now people are not gonna go out of their way to outsource like DVDs and shit like that because it's like yeah, I watch it and I like it, so to own it, I'll buy it. And it's like I do that. But ain't nothing of good quality is out, so I don't buy nothing. So it's like I'm watching your bullshit, but I ain't buying your bullshit because it's bad bullshit. But it's like, yeah, everyone else is like, there are people who just buy anime shit simply because it's cute. People buy figurines of a character, and it's like, it doesn't matter what the anime look like. And it's like, goddamn it, they just think that's an attractive character. But it's like, you cut that out as soon as you got rid of your pirated shit. And it's like, you don't understand the negative effect that can have on your community because now, essentially, all of your positive feedback towards different types of anime is coming from essentially people who can't identify or acknowledge the bad anime that you have. And so now you're going to double down on your bullshit again because it's like, who else is looking at this shit but people who got Crunchyroll accounts? And it's like, I don't got a fucking Crunchyroll account. But it's like, oh, just a wave of stupid after stupid. It's like, this is so terrible. And by the time it just gets too late, and be like, what do we do to fix it? What do we do? And be like, I got it. Let's have another Jujutsu Kaisen. We're going to call it JJK2. And it's going to blow you away. Because they're going to have a crossover with Naruto. And they're going to fight. And it's going to be awesome. Just like what King and Ashura and Baki did? Yeah, because that's definitely what people wanted to see. Not really. It's like, not at all. They wanted Baki to have a better ending. Nah, they wanted to see him fight people at King and Ashura. Them niggas can't hang with Baki. It's like, nah, they can't. No, they're weird. It's not the same. Not the same at all.
You ever see Baki and Tekken?
It's like, you guys suck. It's like, so terrible. So terrible. But whatever. I was like, it's like one of the things where it's like, yeah, I hope for better for anime, much like with Spider-Man comics, but I know that's not gonna happen. So it's like, just roll with the punches. And it's like, fuck. If there's ever any type of proof that there's like, there's no hope in thinking that even America could even persuade Japan to do right by anime or anything else like that, and it's like the perfect case in point would be Crunchyroll's attitude towards Tower God, where it's like, dude, everything about what you originally did was fucking perfect for this damn webcomic.
The art style,
right? It was like
tackling
the thick lines. It's like the way I look, the grainy effect.
It's like it really, like
Yeah.
you shouldn't just stay like that. But no, he was like, oh, we gotta animate it. Why change? Why have a difference? You
It's
have
like,
to look the same
it's
like
like,
everything else.
well, now we're paying attention to it, so we gotta animate it up. No, nigga, it was good the way that it was, and it was better than everything else.
That's the one thing you don't do.
Yeah. It's like, nah, because this apparently was popular. Essentially, it was One Punch Man. Yeah, it's like, let's change it up. It was like Mappa had it at first, thing. It was like they had Mappa do it, or like a company from Mappa, something like that. Yeah, it was like they had them do Tower God, and it was like, yeah, come at it with that same energy, and like it just keep towards the source material, and it's like you got nothing but gold, and it's like Tower God is awesome. And they went, no, we're going to change it because we know what's better. And I was like, you didn't even care the first time. It's like, you stupid bitches. And now all they're doing is showing solo leveling in movies. And it's like, whatever. It's like, so whatever.
I don't care for it.
Right?
I read the webtoon.
And it's like, you're not going to fix all of the problems that solo leveling has, especially near the end. And it's like, and I was someone that was advocating that, solo leveling was one of those rare stories that was just amazing. But then when it got to the end, it was like, you know what? Looking back on it, never mind. And it's like, nope. It
The
bothered
next one
me.
attack was gonna be the beginning after the end.
Yep.
That's what we call the end. That's it.
The end. That's gonna be the last webcomic that ever gets turned to an anime. The end. Because they ain't gonna do them justice. They are not gonna do that justice. It's like, because you know what? Beginning after the end is like, because I'm pretty sure most people who know about anime would know Jobless Isekai. Beginning after the end is a vastly superior Jobless Isekai. It is Jobless Isekai. It is not even like in the same realm of like when we say Black Clover is Naruto done right. Beginning after the end is just better. It's just so much better. It's not even this done right. It's just better. It's just unbelievably better than Jobless Isekai. And it's like, it's a web comic. And it's like, damn, is it good? It's so good. It just got an Akane in it. That's all. That's the only problem. It just got an Akane bitch in it. And it didn't need to have her. But aside from that,
You only saying that because you looking at Rama 1.5.
It's called keeping relevance. That's all. Your Honor, relevance? He's currently looking at Ranma, so there you go. I also find it weird that we always say Ranma 1/2, but it's Ranma half. I always catch myself doing that. I don't know why I say 1/2. It's just Ranma half. Yeah, right?
I never called myself.
I guess it's just how I was raised.
Probably. Fucking public school.
Well, but yeah, anyway.
Damn.
Yeah, right. I
1.5.
was even thinking about like beginning after the end. I was like, hell, that wasn't even so. I was like, I forgot that they're turning that into an anime. And it's like, again, much like what I said about the things being excited for it, I forgot that was becoming an anime. And it's like, I can't get excited for it because I know they're gonna fuck it up. And it's like, you gonna
there's a less chance of them doing it right.
Right. And it's like, I ain't seen you do it before.
Like I said, like I know they're doing the thing, the little bunking dude from the Swordmaster thing, but it's like I have little hope that you're gonna do it correctly. If you surprise me, hey, I still win. But,
Even if you surprise me, I still win. Yeah, this is all going in a mighty bad direction.